Howdy, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Card Blitz. This is episode 53. I'm your host, Kelly Reed, joined by my good friend, my pal, Patrick Marshall. Patrick,
What's
how's
going
it
on,
going?
guys? How you guys doing today?
Well, apparently you're
Yep.
America's favorite co-host. So, Patrick, let's get into it, man. It's a, football Sunday. It's a playoff NFL divisional Sunday. We had some games last night and yesterday afternoon. What are your thoughts on today's games?
Today's game's going to be great. And what's going to be fun for fans is both games will have snowfall. So that's going to be fun. When you're sitting inside your cozy 72-degree house and you're watching these guys play, putting
Right.
it all on the line, there's nothing better than that. And it's playoff football. Win or go home. So
Yeah,
it's
it's interesting. Like whenever you think of like NFL classic playoff games, it seems like a lot of times there's either rain, mud, snow, the elements, the
I mean,
weather
you can hear the
impact.
music you can hear Steve Sable in the background, the music dun 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 dun, dun and like they're ducking the sack and then all of a sudden throwing a 50-yard bomb in a snow flurry. The guy catches it one-handed. There's no telling what's going to happen today. But we do have two good defenses going for the first game. I mean, that Texans at Patriots is going to be a battle.
Oh, and
So
I'm sure you're all geared up for that, ready for your Texans to take it to the Patriots, right?
yeah, I just want to see what D'Amico Ryans can do on the road. I want to see if this team's for real. I mean, they had 12 wins during the regular season. Um, Are they going to be shut out 16 to nothing by the Patriots and their mastery of coaching and playing at home, or the Texans going to come out and punch them in the mouth and score first and make it a good game? I really want to see the first quarter. I mean, I'll be excited to see the first half and see what happens.
What are your thoughts on Rams Bears?
Dude, that's an interesting one. I can't. The Rams are favored by 4.5, which they're not
Baffle
giving the
me.
Bears any
Baffle
credit.
me.
But I think the Bears, they're kind of like those, like people say, the cardiac comeback kids, and they always seem to make a second half appearance and do really well. And I think Ben Johnson's got things up his sleeve as their new head coach. And Caleb Williams is playing with a lot of confidence. So I think they're a dangerous team as well. Can their defense hold up against Stafford and his passing attack, or is going to pick them apart? I'm not sure.
Well,
So
how much will weather impact the passing game of the Rams?
yeah, I think it's going to have an effect. I think it has, but they have two good running backs. So as do the Bears. So I think these games today,
Hmm.
I think the play action pass is going to set up, is going to be set up by a lot of running attack. So should be pretty interesting. Um, I think the over under that Rams and Bears game is like 46.5, which seems like a lot of points, but these two teams can score. So
Well, if each team puts up three touchdowns, that's
should be entertaining. It's going to be
yeah,
entertaining for
a field
sure.
goal. It's gonna be.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I mean, and the game. What about Kelly? Did you watch the games yesterday at all?
I got to watch. Only got to watch the Seahawks totally like dismantle the 49ers, and dude, San Francisco looked inept in the second half, and the Seahawks. Their QB doesn't wow me by any stretch, but that defense is really good.
Well, here's something scary. So with the Seahawks, I think they're the first team in modern times to have like a top three defense and offense at the same time for the season. And then I think in week 7 or week 8, they pick up that Rashid Shaheed guy from New Orleans on special teams.
Hmm.
He's run back 2 kickoffs and 1 punt since he's joined Seattle. So if there's a three-headed monster ever in the playoffs, now
That's the
Seattle
one.
special teams is dangerous. I mean that's scary. So
Well, let's do our way too early Super Bowl picks because we're down to six teams, right?
it's right.
So, what do you think, man? Who you got representing NFC and AFC?
I just
And
think
who's going to win
I
it
think
all?
I think Seattle, maybe Seattle and it's a tough one. I want to say I think maybe it's because Bo Nix went down for the Broncos. If the Patriots squeak by Texans, say today like 16-13, I mean they're gonna have to go to Denver and win. That's gonna be a tall test. So how about Denver with a backup quarterback rewriting all the history books, playing Seattle?
Did they already meet in the Super Bowl once?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't want to say Patriots in Seattle because I remember that Russell Wilson game, and I don't want to repeat that, or something like that. But
Oh.
what
That's
about
too
yourself?
funny, man. I'm gonna I think I'm gonna concur with the Seahawks. I think they represent the NFC. They're just looking too stout. And then I'm gonna take your underdog Texans, man.
That's great.
I
Yeah.
think they're gonna find a way somehow, some way in New England, and then that defense will shut down backup QB in Denver.
So Kelly's going with the two number one rated defenses of the NFC and the AFC.
Defense apparently wins games, sir.
That's right.
We shall.
True. It's gonna
And
be.
then,
It's
and
gonna
then
be.
pitchers and catches are reporting in less than a month. You got the title game tomorrow night for college football with the Hoosiers and the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
That's
It's
going to be an interesting game, man.
boy. Mendoza. I mean, let's see. I mean, I think he's got the right head on his shoulders for a young quarterback. I mean, I think he can do it. I think Indiana's got
Well,
has a great team.
an interesting thing about the Hoosiers is that, thanks to the transfer portal and some NIL deals, their average age of their players is a few years older than that of the Hurricanes.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so you're talking about like, in the trenches, physically, Miami might have some of these taller beasts, a little bit more athletic beasts, but when it comes to work ethic and like just basically being a dude in your mid 20s, 23, 24 years old out there, it's a different mindset. So we'll see, but Hurricanes are basically playing a home game. Hoosiers, though, I think they're just too stout on offense and defense, man.
Well,
I think
Fernando
they'll take it to
Mendoza,
'em.
yeah, Mendoza coming home to Miami. I mean,
Yeah.
the storyline is there. I mean, that's great. So, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if, three of the offensive linemen for Indiana get drafted in the first or second round of the NFL draft. I
They're
mean, those
grown
guys,
men basically already out there, dude.
dude,
So
those guys are, I mean, they're solid, man. It's pretty impressive.
the question I think will it be a tight game tomorrow night or will it be just a blowout and second half they're just like, people are turning off their TVs, getting ready for work on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think it's going
Time
to
will
have a lot of excitement in the first half. So, will I stay up for the second half? I don't know yet. We'll see.
Well, man, let's talk about our birthday candidate. Apparently, he's turning 62 years old today. You want to take it from here?
Yeah, the one and only this guy, I was very impressed when I started doing some research and digging into him. It seemed like he played forever, and he almost did. This man right here turned 62, Mr. Brady Anderson,
Mm-hmm.
on a sweet looking throwback 2001 Fleer Tradition card, which I think these are really cool. So, um, he's the first player in Major League Baseball history to hit 20 home runs and have 50 stolen bases in a season, and then hit 50 home runs and have 20 stolen bases in a season, which is a crazy unique stat.
First
I,
one ever to get it done.
yeah, first one ever. I mean, obviously I think there's been 50-20s before with Barry Bonds and Shohei, but
Mm-hmm.
no one's ever done it the other way around.
The
So
2050, you're
the
saying.
20, yeah, the 2050. So obviously Shohei's
Other
done
than Shohei
50-50.
doing actual 50-50.
Correct. Yeah, Shohei's done
Exactly.
50-50. So
He straight up owns that record, man. 50-50 in one season.
and there's some unique things. I mean, like Brady Anderson was a leadoff hitter,
Yeah.
and the guy cranked 210 home runs. Had like 760 RBIs, and I think he's one of the only players in Major League history to average 75 RBIs as a leadoff hitter three different times in his career.
No, he
So
is a three-time All-Star on top of that in
yeah,
92, 96, and 97, I believe.
yeah, I didn't realize he had that his accomplished of a career. I mean, I was impressed. 1,600 hits. I mean, this is not a shabby resume by any means. So
Hmm.
definitely worthy of being a birthday boy on our show.
Well, speaking of cards, that Flair tradition reminds me a lot of the 56 Topps baseball
Yeah,
cards. I don't have any of that set, but I've got like one Yogi Bear from 56, but I don't have that many other Yogi Bear or 56 Topps cards. But I like that throwback design. However, I went with the mid 90s look with right after he hit the 50 home runs in 1996. This is
nice,
1997 EX 2000
nice.
with acetate card, and it's really cool looking, man.
Yeah, I missed out on quite a few designs that I thought are pretty
Of
cool.
the
That
late 90s. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, completely. I was, we right out of college, we're working, and we had no time to even think about collecting, let alone making it to work on time. So
Yeah, well, the thing about like that EX 2000 set, that's where they get the essentials cards and essential credentials and these PMGs that they was talking about in the hobby, these like really rare case finds and hits, and they're very expensive cards, but even the base cards though, they still look amazing.
yeah.
And I've got this complete set of the base cards,
Oh, cool.
and yeah, man, I love them, man. They're very, very cool.
Is that like a 350 count or 500 count? I mean, like how many cards were in that base set?
I feel like it wasn't very many. I feel like it was like 60.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh,
yeah, it
wow.
wasn't that big of a set.
Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah, and then my buddy Mark Ford, our buddy over at Stream of Card Consciousness, they had a little giveaway at Christmas, and he hooked me up with the one and only Darth Vader.
Ooh, nice.
And as he says, it does shiny stuff.
Yeah,
So shiny, y'all.
we love if unless you're a collector like Kelly or a raccoon, you love that card.
And then lastly, for show and tell, man, I'm still on that 2001 Topps Heritage kick, and I'm working
Yep.
on some of the insert sets now. So putting together these new age performers. So one Todd Helton
Nice.
and Vladimir Guerrero.
It's when you mentioned like when I looked in that 2001 Flirt Tradition, it made me think vintage.
Oh yeah,
And I pulled this guy out, 59 tops, Luis Espericio.
yeah.
Pretty cool.
Aparicio is awesome, dude.
But I love this design. I mean, the 58s and 59s are really cool. So um, I think it's pretty neat. So
No, but that's a clean looking card in that top holder there.
oh yeah, it's nice.
Top
I mean,
loader.
it's got good centering. So something I one day may get graded for the PC. I mean, I think these are cool. So
Or one touch that thing and and put it on display. It'll look good too there.
that's true. Correct.
Or the top loader. Keep it in that and don't touch it and just enjoy it for what it is.
I've had it in, I pulled it out and we're going to get into this later on in the show, but, organized my cards and it's been in there ever since. And um, I'm glad to see it again. We'll put it that way.
That's the joy of the hobby, right? Just looking at
Correct.
the cards and reflecting and the nostalgia and enjoying it. I mean, like you said, the design. You're looking at the art aspect of it and just saying, this is a cool concept back in the day.
Yeah. 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 I mean, the newer cards and the throwback and the heritage, I mean, they do a really good job of igniting that nostalgia in the old cards.
Hmm.
I think they're doing something really well.
Well, speaking of old cards and new cards, you want to talk about the release, or not the release, but the I guess the design for the upcoming 2026 Topps flagship
Yeah. I think it's pretty
series.
solid.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
I
it's
think
coming out like what, February 11th. They've already done
correct.
like the pre-sales online, and from what I've heard, unless you were like a bot or you got in there the first minute, they sold out of like jumbo boxes and hobby boxes pretty quick.
Oh, really? So, okay.
That's what
So,
I heard, but I haven't confirmed. I didn't try it.
and the jumbo boxes have one autograph and one relic card guaranteed. So I could see that happening.
Well, apparently last year in 2025, the jumbo boxes had one autograph guaranteed and two relics.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure about that.
Yeah,
Now,
that's what I saw online.
and this is series one with 350 base cards that's coming out in release in February 11th. Not to be confused with the series two that'll come out later in the year.
Or the update series. They'll come
Or
out like in the fall and they're like, here, have your 900 card set or whatever it's going to be. It's 1,000 cards. Like we're still, and they're cranking up the print runs on these things. So again, I can understand why folks are like, hey, are we reliving like, the late 80s and early 90s era of this hobby?
yeah, because my question was, and I don't know if you know this, but I know they have autographs, relic cards, memorabilia cards.
Hmm.
Does series two in the update set, do they have the same releases of new autographs and new relics and new memorabilia cards, or do they have other inserts that they put in that are only
They're gonna
they're
have a
only
different set
only
of
guaranteed for
inserts.
season two or
And
series two?
they'll have a different set of inserts for
Yeah,
series two, and same thing for the update series.
and I think that's where it gets a little out of control. I think that's each of them having their own inserts, and I think that's where maybe there's too many cards out there.
Well, that
So
and then you have, all these variations, the base
yeah,
cards, like 20 different ones. And then, we've kind of talked about that. Like, hey,
yeah,
out of 500, out of 250, out of 100, out of 50, out of 25, out of 10, out of 1 of 1, out of 5. When does it stop? And so I thought back in the day, like when I first got back in this hobby, a 1 of 1, to me, I thought that was supposed to be like really special. But apparently, because of so many different inserts in 1 of 1s, across so many different brands of tops, it's not as special.
yeah. That's what I was getting at. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
really,
If they keep doing multiple releases of limited edition, then at some point they're not really limited edition, are they? I mean, they're becoming more. They're just more quantity.
it's
So
flooded.
yeah,
Some would say, yeah. So pulling it out of 500 and going, hey, look, this is a great looking, I don't know, Shohei Ohtani card. Yeah, sure. Everyone wants Shohei Ohtani. But what if you get like a Corey Seager, Texas Ranger guy?
yeah,
Unless you follow the Rangers or you're a Corey Seager fan, does that out of 500 really mean that much to you? Maybe not,
yeah.
you know.
Well, it's kind of neat. They also have a. I was looking, doing some little bit of background on the 2026. They have the jumbo boxes, which you mentioned, the mega boxes, hanger, value blaster. They have tins, super boxes, and then they have a Japanese edition,
Hmm.
which I think is going to be pretty neat. I mean, have you? Do you know anything, any
Well,
detail
they did
about
that
that?
last year, the Japanese edition, which in my mind made great sense because they had the opening series in Japan with the Cubs and
Yep.
Dodgers. You had Japanese players on both teams. I don't know. I haven't looked that far ahead into the 2026 MLB season. I don't know if they're repeating that opening up in Japan, but
Okay.
that to me made sense back then. Last year saying, "Hey, we're going to do a special release with different inserts and stuff." But I don't know for this year if that's the case.
Yeah, I think it's something we should keep. We'll keep tabs on.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And viewers out there, CardBlitz fans, if you know, let us know in the comments or reach out to us via email info@blitzweekly.com, info@blitzweekly.com, and give us a heads up because hey, we're learning. Or find us on Facebook and put it there on the CardBlitz Facebook page.
Yeah, Kelly, I think I'll pick up a couple packs at the Charlotte Card Show that's coming up February 28th and March 1st of some 2026 Series 1. So maybe I'll open one up on the
Yeah,
show
no,
and
man, I'll go out and I'll probably, get a blaster box, if it's reasonably priced. I think they're like $30 retail.
yeah.
So I'll
Well,
probably go in because buying 2 packs for 10 versus 7 packs for 30,
yep,
to me the economics of it is like, hey, spend the extra $20. Maybe you have a better chance of pulling a decent card.
yep, yep. And
But
just
hey,
just for
you
the
might get the hobby version, whereas if I'm going retail, you might have a better chance of your odds. We'll
well, the
see.
hobby version last year I bought the 2025 and it was I think 7.99 or $8 a pack at the show.
Hmm.
So, I mean, not inexpensive. Put it that way.
Well, yeah, they're not rolling back prices to 1990, like with the proliferation of the cards and the sets and the runs.
Well, one could decide you want a corn dog and a Dr. Pepper or just want to get a pack of cards. I'll get a pack of cards.
Yeah, you can always go hungry.
Yeah, that's right.
You're sitting there, I'm parched.
Yep.
The other thing I noticed when I was doing a little research though is with the price points for like the retail side for blasters and for mega boxes, the price point's still the same, but on the mega boxes apparently there's 2 less packs, and in
Oh,
the blaster there's 1 less pack, so it might be
that's
six
interesting.
packs instead of 7.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
Uh,
so what? You're spending more for less?
Crafty executives. I mean, come on.
Well, yeah, they're sitting there, they're reeling in, collectors and hobbyists, all for the flip, and so is that, it's a hobby.
Yeah,
But for some, what if you go over hobby and you get addiction going? You're like, hey, I've got to get the case hit, or I've got to get that Shohei 1 of 1. And you got to spend wisely, folks. And I'm not telling you how to spend your money. That's
right, right,
not my game. That's not the purpose of this channel. But yeah, you got to choose wisely, and it's trade-offs. This or that. This or
right.
that.
And let's hopefully find some of your favorite players on your favorite team. We'll
Yeah.
get back to the basics.
and go back to trading cards with people, right?
Correct. That's right.
Well, look forward to doing a series one rip with you on an episode. Uh,
Yep. Let's do it.
Now, speaking of organization, as you can see, I'm not the most organized guy. How would you organize your cards in your collection? Because I've got like over 40,000 that's different boxes, kind of organized, kind of not.
This
And
good.
I'm
Good.
all ears, man.
Yeah. Good question. So what I've been doing is I've been getting these double boxes, double shoe boxes,
Hmm.
and I'll go through and I'll put my cards in a penny sleeve and then a top loader. And I like to do them by years. So if you were to ask me, hey, find that 1965 Willie McCovey Topps card that you have, I could just rifle through here and would be able to find it like that.
Do
So, and
you
I think
do you just do that with your stars?
I do it with my stars and I do it with my rookies. And
Okay,
rookies
so you
being
organize by stars and rookies in those two rows.
correct.
But
Yeah.
what
So,
but like what do you do about like your sets and your duplicates? And what if you have two Willie McCoveys or
well,
two rookie cards of some player? How you
yeah,
do?
I'll still keep them together. I mean, even if they're doubles or triples of the rookies, I'll still keep them in this type of organization. I do my rookies like this, my star cards. I do football cards, and I combine the rookies and the star players because I don't have as many as baseball cards, and same with basketball. So I have probably about 8 of these full, and it starts to add up a little bit with the top loaders, but at least I want to do this so I can put them away, can reach in there, grab it, especially if we're talking about a player or I find something cool that I've gone through and we do show and tell, or I just want to look at a couple cards that I haven't seen in years. I can easily find them. And I've also done the same technique with my 1975 top set. I put them all in individual penny sleeves and top loaders.
So if the 75 top set, let's just say that has 660 cards,
Yes.
which I think it does, but
Yeah.
so you got 660 top loaders. Each card's individually loaded, and then you've got them organized 1 to 660, and you can rifle through them pretty quickly if you need to.
Yeah. And what I've been doing is the reason I did it that way is I think when it comes to vintage sets for me, I think you're constantly upgrading. I mean, there's always methodology where you can make a very good card, excellent to very good card. You find a near mint one at a card show, or maybe you're doing some trading. And I do that so I can rifle through, find them, go, oh yeah, I'm going to upgrade this. I'm gonna go to a show in the end of February, and I'm going to bring a little list, and I'm going to see if I can upgrade a few cards that
Hmm.
may have an ink spot, or maybe the corners are a little bit fuzzier than I want them to be. But I do it that way because that's kind of a PC. I'm keeping that. That's something I like. Now I do have other sets like 84 tops, 85 tops that are in binders where I can easily see them. And
Hmm.
I like to do it that way because those are my years of starting to get into collecting. And I know those players. So it's kind of neat to go through and go, oh, wow, I remember that guy. Dave Henderson, man, he was a great outfielder. I mean, just go through and see cards that bring me back to my youth of when I started collecting. The 75 top set, I don't know all those players because I wasn't watching baseball back in 75. But I think it's neat to have a set that you enjoy looking at. Like I love that design, and so I'm kind of like dialed into that. Similar to what you are with football, Kelly. I'm sure it's
Well,
probably very similar.
let me ask you this then. So let's say that it's a 1987 junk wax. Sorry if I'm offending folks, junk
Yeah.
wax. But
Oh
87,
yeah.
like I love the wood grain design of tops from that year.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, but they cranked up production. So you're telling me that you might have one 87 top set in a binder for you to
Yep.
like look through and enjoy. You're like, hey, these were my high school days. I'm going through this binder and it reminds me of XYZ. But then and then you're taking like a Mark McGuire, star, rookie, official rookie card, I guess, if it's not his Olympic days.
Yeah. Right.
And then you're putting that McGuire in that 300 count or that 600 count shoebox,
You
that
know, it
McGuire.
yeah.
But
If I have extras, I will. That's a good point. So the set will be complete with McGuire in the binder,
Hmm.
and then I have three more sets of 87 tops that are in the 800 count.
Hmm.
That so I've got four sets total, and I've got three sets that are complete that I
So
don't look at.
you have that fifth McGuire now.
Correct.
Is that fifth one going into the box?
Yep. The
Right.
fifth, sixth, and seventh are in there, or maybe the eighth as well.
Then let's say that you have the fifth through eighth of some common card.
Yep.
So you got your sets done, you've got your binder set done, you got five or eight extra, I don't know, just some common player for the Texas Rangers or Astros. What do you do with those cards?
The extras, I have them in 800 count boxes as well, and I just have them by years. Now they're not going to be organized by numbers, or I'm not trying to put together another set. And what I'll do with those is I'll trade for maybe other sets that I'm trying to complete. But sometimes those cards can build up. So I've gotten to a point where sometimes I'll grab like maybe 4 or 5 boxes of 800 count commons, and I'll post them on like social media or something and say, hey, 4,500 cards or 5,000 cards, $20, and maybe somebody will take those, and then that way I can just go back to finding more cards
Hmm.
and start the whole process again. But
So
I try not to
it's
hold
kind of
on to
a pruning process, as they say in the hobby. So it's growing, your collection's growing, then you prune this extra that you're like, I don't
that's
want this. And then it grows, and you prune it back down again.
yeah, Kelly. I think that's going to be part of my mo. As I just keep on pruning down and slice and dice it to exactly what I want to keep. So,
Hmm.
but it's a process, like you said. I mean, 40,000 cards. I mean, there's a lot of cards to go through.
Hmm.
I mean, I recommend just people maybe going through one box a week, maybe, because one night would be too difficult, I think. But slowly figuring out what you have, one box at a time. I put a little. I like to take my old stickers from back in the day when I got packs,
Hmm.
and I'll take the stickers off of the team and I'll put it on the outside of the box. That's a total nostalgia thing I used to do when I was a kid. So, but when I know the stickers on there, that means I've already sorted through that box, and I know that these are extras that are not going into a set or into my stars or rookies, I guess you'd say.
Let's say right now, what I'm finding myself doing with like those duplicates or kind of trying to organize what I've got is when it comes to 800 count box or like the monster boxes, is taking like a post-it note with like painter's tape and writing on that post-it note. Because I used to write on the box.
Yeah.
'Cause I was young
Oh
and
yeah, I've got some of those.
naive and gullible. And I was just like, hey, and then I'm like, wait, this is no longer 1997 Flair baseball. This has changed out to whatever, and I'll sit there and write that. Then I can update, organize, and trying to get this thing under control.
I think that'll be fun, a fun show and tell episode. Show us some of your old boxes when you were a kid.
Yeah, you
I've got some great
organize
ones.
things.
I've got some great ones. We definitely got to do that.
Well, CardBlitz fans, I'm definitely going to keep you guys posted on my journey of my 2026 goal of organizing my collection so I can be like Patrick and be able to find cards I want to show off or to, reminisce on quickly and
And,
easily.
and Kelly, I wanted to ask you. So let's talk about obviously graded cards. How do you display or organize your graded cards?
Oh, it's a mess, man. I mean, I've got most of them in a special card graded a shoebox that's
Okay.
for graded cards.
Okay.
Just put them in there and try to organize it either by year or sport, player. But even that, I'm like, when I first got back in the hobby, Patrick, I thought, oh, a graded card is really special. Now I'm finding, no, it's not as special unless that card means something to you.
Right.
But yeah, it's like, I don't know, the rush of, hey, I have a graded card of whatever, it's not as special as it used to be.
Well, let's talk like so your Yogi Berra collection. I know you're a big
Yes.
Yogi Berra fan, and
My
then
son and I are working on that run. Yes.
a Shohei Ohtani,
Yep.
rookie
I've got
card
you got some of
per
his.
se. I mean, I think I would like to know, like what I've seen people display their graded cards before on display cases. I think that's pretty neat. Um, do you think that you would do that one day? Do you think you would like
Yeah,
make?
I've got like this whiteboard that I've got mounted up here on the
Yep.
wall. I might take that down and put one of those like card graded display cases on that.
Yeah,
So I
I
might
think that'd be sharp.
walk in the room and enjoy. But another thing I need to do is get this office just like my card collection organized.
Yeah. I wonder if there's any risk of like sunlight hitting the cards over time. Like say you put it on display and there's fading or something like that. I mean, I wonder, I'm sure they're
Well, the cards are supposed to be when they're graded already in that ultraviolet protection case, and then
yeah,
the display case needs to be ultraviolet protection or light protection.
yeah,
Uh, so in theory, it's supposed to have double protection. But if I was to do something like that, I'd probably try to rotate the cards
yeah.
consistently so that you don't get any negative effects of direct sunlight over time, or
Yeah, because I was thinking,
like fluorescent light or
yeah,
light. So
I was thinking like open shelf design, not
yeah.
necessarily having a UV protected cover to the display case, just
Mhm.
having it open. So,
Well, we got to wrap things up real quick. We've got to go through our winners of our big giveaway with our buddies over at Humongous Hoard who said, "Hey, can you protect what you pull, please?" And so
yes.
we got to go through our winners. We had three entries, so it made the winners. All three of them they won, but they all three sent questions that we'll be able to address in future Card Blitz episodes, and we'll just mention like first name, first initial of their last name with a question when we do that episode. But for
Okay.
today, we'd like to go ahead and congratulate Steve M, Gerald S, or maybe it's Jarrell S, John M. These are our three winners. We're going to forward your info to our friends over at Humongous Hoard, who again they're partners with us on this great giveaway. They'll be in touch with these three lucky winners via email and take care of the giveaway there with the card supply products.
Yeah. Awesome. Good job.
Yeah, so congrats, winners, and as mentioned, we'll do some special episodes and address your questions. And CardBlitz fans, the rest of y'all always email us at info@blitzweekly.com. Ask us your questions, and Patrick and I will be happy to address them and get into that like little mailbag episodes in the future.
Yep.
Let's wrap things up with the Stump Patrick episode.
All right.
Of this episode, we always try to stump you because you've got the big brains. So here we go, and it is Bo Nix related. It's Denver Broncos related,
Ooh, okay.
so it's kind of centric to them. Alrighty, so which quarterback of the Broncos prior to Bo Nix and his victory yesterday was drafted by the Broncos and led the organization to a postseason win? So do you understand the question?
Yep. I
So
think I
Bo
have
Nix
the answer,
drafted by
but
the
I'm gonna wait.
Broncos. Bo Nix drafted by the Broncos, got a win, a postseason win. So, of these four, which quarterback of the Broncos won a postseason game drafted by the Broncos? Is it A, John Elway? Is it B, Brian Greasy? Is it C, Jay Cutler? Or is it D, Tim Tebow?
Oof, that's a tricky one.
So
The
we're
guy
stumped.
that I
So
mean,
you said you thought you might know the answer before even threw out the options, but again, option A is John Elway, B is Brian Greasy, C Jay Cutler, and D Tim Tebow. Which quarterback drafted by the Broncos
yeah,
led the team to a postseason win?
the drafted by the Broncos is the tricky part because John Elway was not officially drafted by the Broncos. So
Oh,
that
you're correct. He was drafted by, do you know which team?
uh the the Colts
The
back in the day.
Colts in
Yeah,
1983. Big
yeah.
brains on Patrick. All right.
So I'm gonna
With that A,
say
so you're down to a 33.3% chance on your of a wild guess, unless you
I'm going I'm going out there. I'm gonna go with Tim Tebow.
if you said Tim Tebow, like 12.9% of America, you are correct.
Yay!
Do you remember the year and the win and the team?
Did he let's see. Did he beat the Raiders in the postseason?
In 2011,
2011?
he defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, okay. All right.
in a
I remember there's
comeback win.
yeah, it was a comeback win. I remember that. I couldn't remember who it was against, and I think he threw like an 80-yard bomb or something like that. It was some crazy play.
You know, you'll have to check it out on YouTube or the internet, right, and figure out how that game ended, the highlights. But yeah, I thought a lot of folks might have said Brian Greasy, son of Bob Greasy, and he was a pretty good quarterback, but
Yep.
he only served as like a career backup in the
Yeah.
Broncos organization behind John Elway.
Yeah. I was wondering if it was Craig Morton back in the day, but I don't know if he ever, maybe he got traded before then, before they led him to the late 70s playoff win. So,
And Craig Morton came from the Cowboys. They cut him with
yeah.
him and Roger Staubach competed in the early 70s.
Yeah. Was he drafted by the Broncos and then went to the Cowboys?
No, no, no. He
Okay.
was
Okay.
I don't even know. I think he was a journeyman.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
And he was utilized by Tom Landry and the Cowboys, and they got into Super Bowl five, and then I think and then in Super Bowl six, he got injured early in that season. Roger Staubach came in and led the team to the victory over the Dolphins, and then Staubach was injured that following season, and Craig Morton took the reins, and then I guess that battle ended in '73, and I think Morton went to the Broncos in '75,
Oh, was it maybe something like that?
maybe,
Okay.
and led the Broncos in that '77 season
Yeah. So yeah,
to,
with
with the Orange Crush to the Super
the
Bowl.
Orange Crush. That's what I was thinking. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
this is
Boy,
a
this
fun episode, dude. A lot of knowledge,
Broncos
right?
history, man.
Yeah, growing up in the '70s, we kind of know a little bit about that NFL era. But like I said, man, fun episode. Want to certainly thank the CardBlitz viewers out there, fans of the page and the show here. Thank you for your time and attention. Please give us a like, tell a friend. Let's grow this thing. Let's make this a great community. And Patrick, any closing thoughts?
It's kind of unique is as we sit here and we watch NFL football and playoffs today, and it's snowing on TV. There's actually a chance of snow in Charlotte today. Isn't that crazy? And this is like a full circle day. It's going to be great.
Well, it got down to here in Dallas. It got down this morning to about I think it was like about 26 degrees.
Yeah.
So winter's
Short.
coming, folks.
Yeah. Winter's here. Enjoy football today. It's not going to be here much longer. Enjoy football tomorrow as well, tomorrow evening. And we will see you guys next time.